again. So if you want to become a teacher, please do not become a teacher because you want summers off. Because your summers off are really not summers off, and you're going into teaching for the wrong reason. What's up, Bazzle Babes? It's your girl Joy from Only in Bazzle's World. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, you know I want you to know that my life is not perfect. Maybe yours is, but mine isn't. So I try to keep it 100, honey. And I'm a mom, single mom, raising 3 teenagers. You tell me there not gonna be issues with that? Yeah, it is. But anyway, I ain't here to talk about them. I want to ask you another question. Why did I want to become a teacher, and what degrees do I have? I've always wanted to be a teacher, but life took me through so many different twists and turns. But I knew I wanted to get my degree. It took me a long time to get my degree. I got my associate's degree shortly after high school, so I did that, and I worked. I was still home in New York with my mom, so I get my associate's degree. And then when I moved here, life, years. Then when I moved here to Texas, I had about 20 credits, and my mom passed away as soon as I got to UT. She passed away. And so I left UT. I was like, I just made it. It didn't click. I was like, I just made it out of New York. I just made it out. Now I got to go back there. It was like, yeah, because everything's in your name. So then I went back home and I took a semester off. But then I went back to school the next semester, and I lived off campus with no friends, no family, no nothing. It was the worst decision that I had made in my life. I didn't do too well academically because I was alone too much, lost my mother. Crazy thinking. So therefore I feel as though I can relate to some of the emotional turmoil that some of these kids have gone through too, because I've been there. And I don't know if some of you know, I'll leave the research up to you. I've always talked about, like, when I went to the tattoo convention, talked about getting a semicolon tattoo. So it really means a lot to me, overcoming depression and other life struggles. So the semicolon tattoo, it does mean and represent something. So that's another way that I do relate with these children. So I did leave my college, UT at Austin. I did leave. I hadn't finished my degree. I had my 3rd child, Sydney, and I was still determined to finish my degree because I wanted to set that example for my children. And I had 3. It was so funny. I was in a garage looking for something else to bring to school for the kids. And I was in a garage, and Bobby was like, you got your degree in 2005? You were still doing work? I was like, yeah, 2005. She was like, Sydney was a baby. I was like, yeah, I had 3 toddlers. Sydney was a newborn. I was still in school. I was determined. And UT worked with me because they knew my mom died. They knew my story. They knew my story. They knew my determination and my will to get this degree. They allowed me to complete my degree. It was just an English literature and history minor degree. They allowed me to complete my degree through absentia. It's called through absentia when you're not on campus, like online, but they only allow a certain amount of hours online, and they allowed me to get by with doing extra hours online because they knew my story. They really worked with me as well. And they were even great, you know, with me. So I finished my degree with 3 little babies. So if people say you can't get your degree because you have kids, that is not true. It took me a long time to get my degree, but I was determined, and I was nursing and writing papers. So you can get your degree I got student loans coming out of my ear holes, okay? When they gonna get paid, I'm working on that. Anyway, so that's how I finished my degree. I think in 2005, but I had been in school since, I'm not even gonna say, long time. But I still had it in my head that I was gonna finish, and I was determined, and I did. And then with teaching, I didn't get a teaching degree. So I went back to the office for a while, but and then I had my own company, graphic design company. I did that. So life just went so many places, but I was still determined to get, to teach. And so I was working in the office, you know, making decent money as an executive assistant for the president of a big company. I was like, if he asked me to get coffee one more time, you see where I don't know, you see this file cap, this right here? Oh, can you make me like this? I'm not kidding you. Can you make me a copy of a piece of paper? The Xerox machine is right there. It was probably 3 feet away. And when somebody asks you that for the 10th time, and all they have to do is put the piece of paper down and press a button, and you good. Now I gotta get up, walk outside from behind my chair. You standing right next to it. Can you give me some coffee? I couldn't take no more. It was paying good money to do that, but my life did not feel fulfilled. I felt like I had more purpose on this earth. So I entered a program. They have tons of programs throughout the United States where you can get your teaching. You got to have your degree though. You got to have your BA, okay? Where you can get teacher certifications called alternative certification. So I did that program, and I was working. I was like, well, I'm busy getting coffee. I feel like I was just dying inside. Like I had all this smarts, all this creativity, and I'm just sitting there booking flights. I might type a letter. No, my boss was quite self-sufficient. I was bored out of my mind. I was like, well, I guess I'll use this time to my advantage. Maybe it's meant for me to have this job so I could work on my teaching certification. It's called alternative certification programs. They have so many. So all you have to do is look them up for your state, wherever you are. But you have to have your BA. You have to have your bachelor's degree. And so I went through that program. That program was about 6-7 months. So I did that program, was up late, or I still had all the kids. Nobody understands when I'm trying to level up, so to speak. Nobody gets that. So, well, some people don't. So no matter what, I was tired, still had the 3 kids. They, you know, a little older now. They was probably like 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. So I was going through that program. I completed that program 6 months. And then you have to do a year of like teaching. And then you have to take a big exam. You have to take a big exam to get your teacher certification. So I passed that exam on the first try. Some people, it takes a lot of tries. Now I have to take the high school exam. So I need to start studying for that. But before I do that, I really need to get a hold of high school. I've never taught high school. Middle school is my heart all day. Oh, I like the little kids. I might do elementary later. I'm not sure. I love the little kids. Love, 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 love. And and I don't know, but I like these kids too. And so I have to do high school certifications. I'll probably start studying for that probably January. I need to get used to teaching 6, 7 different grade levels. Okay. Okay, I was good with 6, 7, and 8. Now you're doing 9, 10, 11, and 12. Baby, this brain. So I need to map out. That's why I say, my young ones, if you're in school, let me know what y'all doing. What y'all doing? Maybe it's something creative. We can do it here. So that's how I became a teacher. Some schools will also hire you while you're in your teaching program. So you can see. So I was done with my program, but I hadn't taken my test yet. And nope, I hadn't taken my test yet. Whew, I was nervous because every answer seemed right. I can narrow it down to 2, but child, those 2 answers, ooh. And but my principal at the time, so this would be my 4th year with the same principal. I was like, Miss, I'm real during my interview. So I was like, Miss, you know, I don't know nothing. But I didn't know anything because I felt like I got stuck into working at an alternative school. Like, because I couldn't get into a traditional school. So, but she saw something in me. And she said, no, you're going to be okay. We got you. You're going to be just fine. And that year, I won Teacher of the Year. That first year, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I guess I'm doing something right. I know how I'm creative with my lessons. I know how to bring the kids, and I can do that. So once I learned the content, I can make any lesson creative. I mean, experienced teachers would come to me like, how do I teach? I'm like, dude, I am English. I am not science. But I was like, but this is what you could do. So I could get creative with any lesson and make it relatable to children. So last year I had to teach social studies for the first time. My degree is English literature. So I had to teach about the Civil War. I was like,
Okay. You know when your homeboy is like, he got your back, but then you got the other crew over there? So
I made it relatable like that because of the kids we had. That's what they can relate to. Then they got that north and south stuff because that's just what it was. Two opposing groups not getting along, fighting against each other. You know, so I had to make it relatable for the kids. And they got it. Yes, they did, honey. I can make anything relatable. I'm like, you know,
When Sarah was not feeling you, okay? How did it make you feel? Yes, that's the mood. And how she was coming off was the tone, honey. Her tone was nasty. And it made you feel a certain way, so that's the mood.
child, they understood tone and mood. There's a difference. So I can make any lesson fun. It's just my personality. It's who I am. Okay, this is getting kind of long. I don't want y'all clicking off my channel. So my degree took me a little longer because I got married, got divorced, had kids, separated again. So, but if you go straight through, and life is always filled with challenges, there's always something. But if you always have that goal in mind, nothing's gonna stop you from that goal. People try to stop me before from my goals. All right, that's what you want to do, but I'm doing this because this is my goal and I'm not going to deviate from that goal. Maybe it's wrong, I don't know, but if you're not riding with me, it's okay. Then you ride the other way. So, especially if it's for something great. So anyway, so here I am. A silly teacher, down to earth. Do I know everything? Nope. Can I find out? Yup. Do I have a good support system of great principals and other teachers and experts? And yup. So I always have resources. I can always find out something. That's why I'm like, y'all send me what y'all doing in school, okay? Help me out a little bit. Especially for my 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th graders. So today I'm here to figure out what I need to be teaching, not for the next 2 days, but you know you still got me in the lesson plan, so they be getting on you. I have 170 days, it's 180 days, and I haven't been this excited in a while. I just want to get the content and what the high schoolers need to be learning. I know seniors, they're getting ready with career readiness and SAT, so they really need to know that SAT stuff. Writing, I said I could rock with writing anything, honey. I love writing. Child, this is getting long. Y'all could be clicking on my channel. But let me tell you something. You know, I was married before. Don't tell nobody, right? He was an attorney. And when he was in law school, I remember I used to work for the New York City Bar Association in New York, right? And he was like, Joy, can you please just edit my essay? Because in law school, you can write one paper for your entire semester and that is your grade. One paper for the whole semester, that's your grade for the class. And I was like, dude, no, you do it. He begged me to edit that paper. Hunty, I tore that paper up. And let me tell you, what you think he got in that class? He got him an A, child. So I was like, that was my A that I got for the class. Hunty, I was like, well, I could go to law school too. I'm going to take the LSAT. That's the entrance exam to get into law school. But you can't get into law school till you have your BA, okay? So I was like, I'm going to take the LSATs. Baby, I took that LSAT. Didn't prepare for it. I think I was doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So whatever you want in the future, you better prepare for it. I didn't. I was like, I'm smart. I could take the LSAT. Big mistake, child. Okay. So if you want to become a teacher, please do not become a teacher because you want summers off. Because your summers off are really not summers off. And you're going into teaching for the wrong reason. Let me tell you something. Teachers work so hard. Well, most teachers, because you got some lazy ones out there. Teachers, I'm going to stay on a positive. Teachers work so hard throughout the year. They need that time off. They need that time off to become rejuvenated, to get ready for the next year. And some teachers work there most of their summer too. They're working on new ideas. They're buying little things for their classroom. What they reflected, what didn't work last year, what can I do better this year? For me, my goal this year, what I want to do better is my lesson plans. Baby, that is my weakness. But I always have a plan in my class. You will never come in my class and I don't have an agenda, honey. I think maybe that worked well under pressure, but I don't want to do that because it makes my nerves bad. Because now I got like 19,000 grades I need to teach. No. So if you have any other questions for me, something else that you want to know, please leave them in the comment section below.